This is a day of words being used that I don't think mean what the speaker thinks they mean. I don't think holistically really is what he meant there. But what the hell? Let's just go with it. The Simsism trend is catching on throughout football. Maybe it was always there, and you've just helped us notice it. But holistically or otherwise, Purdy's their guy. He's earned the gig. I continue to believe, Chris, if he's not healthy week one, they're laying the foundation for it to be Sam Darnold, where Trey Lance is just kind of there as emergency option because they had to use their emergency option last year. They had to use their third string quarterback last year. They went from Lance to Garoppolo to Purdy. For all we know, they're going to go from Purdy to Darnold to Lance at some point this year.
I mean, I would think so. I mean, the first thing, there's like two parts of the conversation. First, there's still a part of the fan base in San Francisco and things where I feel like they're still like, wait, you're not going to let Trey Lance compete with Brock Purdy? And it's like, no, we're not. Brock Purdy, I mean, the 49ers finally got something here and got something they can build on for the future. That's why I think they probably wanted to trade Trey Lance so they could set it up for, hey, this is guy's our leader. We'll go from there. But I also think within those signals, yeah, and I agree with you. I think the other conversation is, yeah, they're setting it up for Sam Darnold to beat out Trey Lance. I mean, Sam Darnold's better than Trey Lance, period. There's no question about that. Sam Darnold's played a good amount of football. And, yeah, it's not been always great looking, but there's still a lot there to tell you it could be great looking. He's been in some crap situations like we've talked about. You're around crap a lot, you're going to start smelling like it. It's going to get on you. That's the way it goes, especially a quarterback position.
Is that a swamp-ass complication?
Well, yeah, that's a different kind of smell there altogether. But I think, yes, Sam Darnold is more like Brock Purdy and that offense could be similar there. And here we are with Trey Lance, like we talked about when he got drafted, and this is even worse now, is like he still hasn't played football. There's still things we haven't seen him do. He hasn't been able to grow on the field in any capacity, and that would scare the hell out of me. And knowing a guy like Shanahan, I guarantee that scares the crap out of him too, because he doesn't know what to expect when Trey Lance is the quarterback. So, yeah, I totally think it's Purdy when he's healthy. Sam Darnold holds the fort down if he's not, and Trey Lance is the insurance policy like you explained.
That you have to have around. It's low cost. With a third overall pick in the draft, the bulk of his compensation comes in the form of the signing bonus that you've already paid him and you're not getting back. By the time you get to year 3, it's a low-cost investment. To have a third string, break glass in event of emergency, and look at what happened last year when they got down to QB3. That's why I think, yeah, they would have traded him if somebody would have made them an offer they can't refuse. But why are you going to trade a guy? Even if you don't view him as the guy, circumstances may make him the guy, and you'll be glad you had him around. If it's not him, they need someone else. They're the reason that there's a new rule allowing 3 quarterbacks to dress in a given game. They're not going to give up on their third quarterback because they've seen what can happen. It just happened to them last year. It would be ridiculous. It would be foolhardy. It would be reckless for them to not go 3 deep at the position. So, again, somebody could still show up with an offer they can't refuse on Lance. But I think it's Purdy, Darnold, Lance.
Right. And then showing up with an offer, like, think about it, Mike. You're running a football team. Somebody gets hurt, during training camp. Is Trey Lance the guy you're going to think of first? Wait, the guy that hasn't played football and the guy that it seems like the 49ers who traded all those assets away to get him, they don't even want him anymore, but we should want him. We should trade for him. That's where just the rubber doesn't meet the road. And I think that's where, that's where the 49ers probably realized at some point, whether teams were calling them or, they said they were open for business, whatever. That's where the rubber meets the road, and the fact that I just don't think any team was willing to offer anything substantial to get Trey Lance, let alone I don't know if they offered anything at all altogether.
I'm not even making the call because the 49ers have proven that they have unreasonably high expectations for quarterback trades. They wanted too much for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
They're going to want too much for Lance. To make them an offer they won't refuse, it's going to be have to be a lot more than what you want to offer. So I'll go a different route. And you're right. The guy's hardly played any football for 3 years. We're talking about, can Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson get back to what we saw 3 years ago? Hell, I mean, He hardly even played in 2020. That was pandemic year, and they played like one game.
Exactly.
He didn't play in 21, but for a few cameo appearances.
Right.
He had a start against the Texans, I believe. He got banged up his knee then. And then week 2 of last year, that game at Soldier Field in the monsoon, what do you really take from that?
Exactly.
Week 2, he breaks his ankle, and that's it.
Right.
So we don't know anything about Trey Lance. I feel bad for the kid. He's had no real opportunity to develop as an NFL quarterback and show people what he can do. And it's unfortunate, but who would give up significant trade value at this point for him?
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.